Hello and welcome back to Tom's Tourney. Last game of the day, Division 2 of the Open Division. Of course, there is one slightly more competitive and one more fun, party-happy division. We're streaming the quarter-final of that Division 2 matchup, Krakens from Barcelona against Ultimate Vibration Old Stars. You're going to recognize a few of those older veteran players, let's call them that, from if you have watched Ultimate over the years. Christina Obermeyer joined by Hannah Pendlebreen, the both. How's your day been, Hanny?
Oh, it's been fantastic. It's always a wonderful time here in Bruges. And yep, we're going to have a lot of legends of the game in front of us during this matchup. But it's, of course, everyone will be tuning in, I'm sure, on the live chat to see the likes of Nasser Vogel, who, if you didn't realise, won a World Championship gold medal on beach last year. Actually, no, not good beach. It was with the French national team.
Europeans. With the French national
there
team.
we go. That's
World.
The
With the French mixed team as well.
There
on
we
the
go.
beach. You're absolutely correct. It's just not only a world's medal, but it's also, in addition to that, a European medal.
Yeah.
And this is the person responsible for this team coming together.
Oh, well, that's nice. We do love to see it.
So we're underway. Ultimate Vibration in the blacks against Krakens in the white, and they're starting on Nas and Vogel with the first touch here on the break side. Switching for a continuation and gets one in the back, and that's a beautiful put into space, and the layout flying through does not stifle Joad Ferratia at all.
Well, absolutely sensational. Just reach and grab for that number 18. A little bit of a discussion between some players after that point sinks in.
Maybe just talking about some love, some hugging, maybe a bit too much. Of
Too
that.
much touching, yeah. It happens, it happens.
Absolutely, and that's fine.
Well, it's when it's at the level where players can have a discussion about it without needing to formally kind of call stuff on the pitch. Obviously, if it is that level, then you do need to make it known whilst it's happening. You can't suddenly sort of say, well, that contact level we accepted at the beginning, maybe it's not so okay now that the game's getting tighter, getting closer. You have to be consistent. It's part of spirit of the game.
We'll see about consistency in this Div 2 match as Krakens are out on offense for the first time. Nice shot into the middle of the pitch. Small into space, but the layout comes a bit late for Divian.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the intended target, I think there was a miscommunication in the midfield section.
Probably. Still valiant effort to trying it there. Odermatt. Back around Beriswil. Basuri goes back and around. And the inside shot to Beriswil goes again. Nice find through the middle. And that break possession on offense for Ultimate Vibration looks really good.
Yep, a little bit of clustering upfield's going to give us a pick. So we're going to get some tickets to the gun show.
Nice reset going all the way around and back around the layout goes, but that disc hits the ground first. Nice floating pass into space, and the number 102 gets the score. I'm not so sure I'm a fan of the three-digit numbers, but that's a score regardless.
You know why I'm not a fan of the three-digit number at all? It's
Why
because
not?
it doesn't actually fit on the roster section. But that might be. I think it's Felix Hagemeister, which was based on the number on the shorts is 90. So it could be.
Fair enough. It does make sense because I know that's an MUC shorts from Munich, and the name sounds fairly German.
That's true. It's definitely got that German vibe to it.
Hagemeister. Whatever that means.
I was going to say, do you know what it translates to if for an English-speaking audience?
Meister is master, but Hage is probably an old German word that in combination means something, but yeah, not anything that I would know. Ultimate Vibration are on offense again. Slash cut through Benjamin. And Lee Anderson got the break, and there's a huck going out for Ember Vogel. He misreads by quite a bit. Pressure from the defense. He tried. So the Krakens are walking towards the field, picking up the disc again for a break chance of their own. Basco up the line. So Santa Maria. Beautiful around break to Diaz. And Christopher Small gets the disc. And the discussion will be about the very open player on that far side of the pitch, and the defender will catch up, and Diaz is off to the races. Santa Maria. The open side to Alvarez. And that is just nifty footwork, keeping the disc in bounds. And a foul call as well, an out call on the field. Loads of calls there. But it seems like Santa Maria will just keep the disc.
I think maybe a call of foul out. So if you're fouled and therefore land out of bounds, it's deemed that you receive the disc inbounds.
All players leaving the mark. Now the give and goes look really well on that Barcelona side. You can see that they play on the beach quite a little bit from the style of play.
Well, of course, that is what the Spanish nation has been trying to undo, is their reputation for only being good on beach. But that's a fantastic throw right into the deep corner and a goal.
Santibone Carote got that disc in the back of the end zone.
Oh, and the kiss celebration as well.
Love that.
As much as we're not featuring Div2 heavily here at Tom's Tourney, because of course, you know, we're all about the highest level of Ultimate that we can bring to your viewing delight. But it is lovely to feature some Open Div2. Just as competitive, just maybe not quite as consistent. I think it's probably how I describe the play.
That's put very nicely, Annie.
And they'll certainly be enjoying the Bruxot very thoroughly this evening, I am sure. Including my favourite story, of course, in Div 2, though, is the fact that Reading Ultimate, who have been boshed out by French teams 2 years in a row, a third place and a second place, respectively, for the past 2 seasons, they hired their own Frenchman, basically. They got Gaël Ancelon.
I heard that story. That was a wonderful piece of gossip.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Trumas, absolute straight shooting Trumas. But, of course, this very experienced Vibration side, it's the last game on Saturday. Perhaps Krakens might be favoured, or just having a little bit more gas in the tank with their slightly younger legs. We'll
see how much the experience can be brought into consideration there, but of course the old generation of ultimate vibration.
The legends generation.
Yeah. Well, that's they're calling themselves the old generation, so
Oh yeah,
might as
yeah.
well use that.
If they're calling it, we can use
can
that too.
join in on that.
That's how language works, right?
Is it? Let's not. Nice around into the middle. Very open player on the open side. Opts not to take that, but goes to Nass instead. Bevogel. And a little bit of hugging there as well. Maybe a bit too much. Foul called and accepted.
It's a bounce. It's a little hump on the side. But Santa Maria, I think, called his own foul, which you love to see. Sometimes infractions are going to happen. Oh, that's a big bosh, but it does get contact. And Bevogel can't collect it.
No, double. As soon as another player touches it, you could actually catch it again if it's a throw you through, but not this time. And that's a score, a break for Krakens to go up 3-1.
Well, we can smell the delicious delights of the chili con carne dinner cooking up behind us. And Pasco bringing that one down to earth like a comet.
Krakens cooking at something else.
So looking at the other sides of this quarter-final bracket, as we get another look at the just scoop over the top push pass, high release push pass coming out of Nass and Bevogel, as you do. We've got Frisbee Ultimate versus Bordeaux Ultimate, Solobang Open versus Costa Speed from Basel, and a rematch of the final from last year. Magic Disc, oh no, sorry, I say the final. It was Bordeaux, of course, that got into the final last year. My mistake. Apologies. Magic Disc Angers, who came third last year against Reading Ultimate, who we mentioned rather stacked their roster. Talking to some of their athletes, it's been a bit of a mixed bag because of the difference in the roster this season. Apparently not quite as enjoyable.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll say that in this game, so hopefully they won't be listening. But we'll focus on the game at hand.
Indeed, Tenga gets the break. Collection goes to another break. Maya to Oramat. And back around Stauffer. All these well-known Swiss names, and Leanderson gets the break. Catch for the score there for the ultimate vibration old generation.
So Stauffer would be a free speed bod? Back in the day, a Basel man.
Whereas Oramat and Tenger are fab, basically. Still active sometimes, still coaching actively as well. So they're nowhere near out of contention.
And look at the chain there on Johan Leandersson, who of course received that pass from Stauffer. Lovely lefty release, big bomb. But he's enjoying the scenes. And I'm liking the amount of neck chains we're seeing at this tournament. It seems to be the vibe for 2024. The look for the season is
the sun hat, the Fisher hat from last year is now a chain.
Slightly more dangerous, I feel. If you've got a high quality gold, then I guess it's going to be fine. But if you've got an alloy that's been covered by the gold plating, if someone catches the edge of that on them, it might not snap before your neck does.
What? I haven't even thought as far. Yeah, but like,
well, I was raised in Great Britain, Christina, and our schoolmasters told us to take off all of our jewellery before doing any kind of exercise. So it's a vibe.
It's the vibe. All right. I guess you're extra cautious there.
It just makes me think of it, you know. But it's a great look. Hopefully, no one gets garroted in this game.
Got the Krakens on the far side. Some Spanish national team represented on there as well. Romano to Krüger. And a shot up the line to Pasco. Nice shot there into the end zone, but too far out in front. That hits the ground first. Oh, but there's a call on the play. Looks like a foul because that disc really came off weirdly.
Yeah, very strange indeed. It was a great effort.
So a contested foul. The disc will be back with the thrower. It's going to be a discussion probably about the time, like the stall count. Goes around to Romano. Looks for an option and finds another around shot for Small. Romano again. Near side, Basco. Another beautiful round shot. Kruger and Romano really getting every other in that red zone offensive structure by Krakens. Again, Romano going, looking at the end zone, and there it is, the score for Juan Pasco. 4-2.
Yeah, you can see the hand go up for Dan Albusuri, who just says, yep, I'm sorry, I got beaten to the open side. But it happens. These things do happen. And a grind for Krakens.
Of course, Juan Pasco, a Quixotes player as well. On the mixed side, usually represented with them. But as Krakens are only viewing this as a fun tournament, nothing serious.
Well, that's why they've entered Division 2. It's only serious as you make it. But of course, we do have a level of seriousness for these teams. They are here to certainly still play hard, run hard, because you've got to earn those brugshots in the evening. Got to grind it out on the fields so you can rotate your hips on the dance floor later on this evening.
So, see if they can rotate the score here. At least they have to keep that open point. Stenga goes back to Stauffer. And he's going to wind up the lefty backhand. That's obviously a normal backhand for him. Hang time is perfect and so much space. And that's a beautiful score.
It just goes to show you, Christina, it's not about how fast you can run. It's about how far you can throw and how well you can read the disc.
Yeah, that was such a good throw. I would definitely agree on that, especially because it went to the end zone so quickly and then just floated there and stood there for so long until the intended target was underneath it, and the perfect read on it as well.
Yeah, Andrei Krakowski, I think that one was.
Not in his jersey.
No, but he's got an 18 on his shorts.
Oh.
Or it might be Martin Filipovsky. Where the Div2 have taken their rostering and their their number adherence as seriously as they have their willingness to play in the Open Division 1.
Krakens are back on offense, receiving that pull and up the line. And the deep shot goes. 2 players in pursuit. Defensive player is there as well. He flies through, and there's going to be a discussion. What a play.
I mean, that was pretty great. I'll be honest.
Good play.
Let's have another look. Again, it's not how fast you can run. It's how well you can read and choose your moments. I think, yeah, it did go a bit of a backpack on that one. Arnaud Devien getting it's like did you ever see those IKEA backpacks that they used to sell to small children that were like animal themed. So whenever anyone talks about getting backpacked by another player, I just think of them as like a little fluffy backpack that then you just put your pencil case in, you take it to school, you know,
like an animal jumping behind you. Yeah, I think that's very good. It's a good visual on that. But they probably won't hurt you.
Making it like this is the rules. Making a play for this is not.
He just stopped to stay on the field. He stopped to stay on the field, and I just have the position. He did stop. I'm making the ball. You're right. Contested.
Well, we've definitely gone over the time allowance for how long you can have a call for. So it's going to be contested and sent back. Bit of a flying squirrel action from Johan Ferreira. Or Ferreira. Toby de Crane in the live chat says clean in all caps.
Well, he is in a different league now.
Well, he literally is. He's playing with the UFA. Lovely to have you alongside us, Toby. So
Pasco on that far side, trapped. Looks for a reset and finds one in Romano. Small. All the way around to Krüger. And back to Romano. A nice break. Calling the foul and retracting it as he saw Noyes was in there, and that's a score for Krüger. And a bit of a messy point, but works out nonetheless for Krakens.
I have to say, Christina, there's a real variability in the level of accepted contact in this game. We've had some people receiving the disc in the deeper space saying that was a little bit too much contact for me, but some of the players that are giving more of the small ball effect, they're actually quite happy to play through contact. They're quite happy to just still throw the Frisbee through the defender's paws. So it's one of those games where I think maybe just the individuals are, as we develop here, with Kraken still up 5-3 over vibration, it'll just be figuring out which players are happy with which level of contact.
Definitely in this game with these individual players, yes. Also, there's a difference between the contact in the handler space, where you would actually benefit from someone bumping into you because you can push off them and move in another direction, or deep, where you would have to battle for position and want to stay in that position. So I think that I don't know if that's within the rules to have different ideas about that in there, but we'll see how it all shapes out to be as Leanderson dumps it back around to Stauffer. Resetting back to Stauffer again. And Tenga on that far side, so open. You can see he still knows how to play Frisbee. All of them do, obviously.
You never forget, Christina. It's like riding a bike. She says, knowing full well that some people have forgotten how to ride a bike.
Oh, really?
Usually if you've had a traumatic brain injury, though, to be fair.
Oh, fair enough. There's always an exception to every rule.
But the human brain is absolutely fantastic. You can recover from so many different things. Speaking of legends and recovery, though, we'll dangle it in there. Big shout out to Jonathan Helton. We love very much. Who's doing fantastic recovery. Might not play Ultimate ever again, but huge strides.
Odermatt looking for the break continuation, but goes back around to Stauffer. Tenga. And those Swiss players, they're acting like they've never stopped. Playing with each other as well. Oh, look at that leading pass into space. Continuation goes to Krasowski. And the layout through. A lot of contact. Like,
what a gentleman.
Garcia.
What a gentleman calling his own foul. After getting spicy, getting in there and trying real hard. And not doing it in any way remotely cleanly. You can see that. Oh, they go for a little cuddle on the ground afterwards, but yeah, no, fair play there.
That's not nice.
Just save it for after the game, chaps. Come on. There's a dance floor.
They're already partying.
Yeah, there's a dance floor several hundred meters away. You can work this all out over there.
Stauffer with the lefty bomb, and that's a score, but a pick call because people were widely spread throughout the end zone.
I really want to see the player with flex on the back of his shirt call a pick. It's the perfect vibe.
It's the vibe. We're vibing here.
Oh, we are. We've got some sods on the go. We've got the sun shining through. We've opened up every part of our tent. The weather forecast be damned.
Yes, that's just what I wanted to say. I was expecting rain and gross conditions, but it's actually lovely.
Yeah, we suffered enough yesterday.
Oh, we did.
We suffered, folks. We suffered for our art. We're true artists, Christina.
Mm-hmm, always have been.
I tell you what, we are rambling on because these calls are taking a very long time. Do you think this is a tactical move by Ultimate Vibration in order to run the clock down so they have to run less?
I don't think so. It's just that they really like talking.
It's the in-game game because there are no people with whistles doing any kind of scorekeeping.
And that is a layout D, and Stauffer not really knowing what happened, and I don't either, because layout defense, a normal layout, and two people wind up on the ground, the disc does as well. Krakens on pursuit of another break. Bonnet. And the grab behind the back. Face.
Oh.
Look at that. Oh, that's
Ouchie,
so
ouch.
bad.
Handbags? I mean, it's a fantastic D from Leandersson.
It's a combination, right?
Oh, yeah. Distract defense.
That works. And Tanga is so open. But they're not taking it. Pity. And also no sock out, so he has all the time in the world. Breaks that shot into space. Looks off the deep. Goes under to Uramat. And hammer over the top. I love that look. Leandersson. To Filipovsky. Tenga. Stauffer. And flick break. Oh. What did you call that?
I mean, an upside down throw would be better.
Tenga is looking for an option, wants to find Stauffer and goes upside down as you called it. And what a toe drag. That's inbounds. And there is the hammer flying through, and that's a score.
Oh, yeah. That's more like it. Well, it's now that we're starting to get away from the boshing activity, I'm here for this game. Although you'd be mistaken for thinking from the level of ULTI.TV coverage of legends of the sport, like this Ultimate Vibration Stars team, that you know you'd think that players of this age might only be able to run on sand at this point, but
Not true.
once we kind of got to that section of play, it seemed like there was a bit of energy injected, some special stuff on the sidelines maybe coming through for Ultimate Vibration, and that is the break back that they much needed to try and close up the deficit as we reach nearly half-time. The jingle will happen very shortly with the scoreline at 5-4.
Nice ball, use it.
Such a great pull. And everyone's already there once Romano receives the disc in the middle of the field. Trapped on the side, and the continuation goes. Into the middle now, Juan. Romano. Noise. The mark, and that is not a bad zone. We're putting a little bit of pressure and really preventing the easy swings. We'll actually have to work for this. And the double team goes as well. Romano quick to receive it though. And a hand block caught.
Wow.
Hagemeister quick to react. And Romano is open again in the middle of the field. Looks like they're back on matchup defense. High release pass to get out of the stress position, and a pick called. Juan Pasco hitting the disc. So that's the halftime jingle here. Finish the point and add 1.
Yep, we're grooving. We're moving. I enjoy the fact that the jingles have the stop half time, but the half time is in absolutely no way, shape or form in time with the jingle.
Nice give and goes there for the Krakens. Slowly but surely approaching the end zone. Small. To Romano. And a high release flick. I love that shot.
Gorgeous.
A lot of body contact by Mbe Vogel, but nothing Hagemeister is stifled by. Another high release flick, and that's the score. 4-6 for Krakens.
Yep. Romano might not be a very large athlete comparative to some on the pitch, but clearly he needs a taller mark. You can just deny those high release, silky smooth forehand throws.
Yeah, Romano has just been around the block once or twice.
Well, that was very nearly a block. I love the second effort as well. Benjamin just trying to put that one on ice.
You see, Mbe Vogel wanted to jump in there for a layout, but Hagemeister doing very well of putting his body in between the defender and the disc, so as to only give him his backside to jump into.
Which is the more plushy side?
One would think. So halftime will be at 7 points. Whoever reaches that first has won the first half, but
has won the first half, but the game of two halves. At the moment, Krakens are looking the better, to be fair.
Tenga to Stauffer. Stauffer with the inside flick. It's hanging for quite some time. Great catch. Odermatt trying to free himself off his defender. Doesn't work though, goes back to Flex. Stauffer. Tenger and Odermatt for the score this time around. That works.
And that is the crucial element. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be the system you run. Although my favourite part of that point was 100% that absolute bomb-ass flick huck from Lawrence Stauffer.
Stauffer just really shows off his ability to put it whenever, wherever.
Yeah, like Filipovski's catch was pretty cool, but it's all about that throw. I mean, we said it's like riding a bike you never forget, but the amount of players that, you know, you're always, there are people talking about warming up your throws, making sure you're getting in the mode, doing the training, doing the effort, putting the time in before tournaments, making sure you're getting enough touches on the Frisbee. But Stauffer's just been throwing for so long. I don't know how often he, you know, gets his disc out and has a chuck around. Yeah, like, it'd be an interesting metric to know. but still just so silky, buttery smooth, even having stepped away from high-level competition for a little while.
Of course, he's training in the next generation. He has 2 nephews who play on an under-20 Swiss team.
Yeah, they do, and they're really flipping good.
I know.
EYUC was absolutely sensational for the Swiss mixed team. And of course took away the gold medal off of the Hungarian side.
Nice over the top shot to Pasco. Krüger. And the mark from Mb Vogel. A bit, again, a bit too physical. Accepted foul though, noise. Romano. Up the line, noise again. And Romano over the top gets there with time to spare. No defense whatsoever. Easy score for them.
So that is the half taken by Krakens.
Yeah, we're gonna take a short break, as will they, and we will be back with second half action for you after some messages from our sponsors.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Come on, Brad!
We are back live, second half action underway, and the last half of day 2 of Tom's Tourney. Quarterfinals, Ultimate Vibration against Krakens from Barcelona.
Christina, I'm really vibing with what's happening behind us. The party tent is already popping off. We've got Club Tropicana in the background. We've got the scent of chili con carne, other various delicious snacks. Did you have any of the waffles today? The fresh waffles?
It's good.
It's
The
great.
very typical thing for Belgium.
If you've not been to Tom's Tourney,
You should go.
thoroughly recommend.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you've played this tournament as well.
I've played it once, yep. Twice.
So nice, she's played it twice.
Well, I've played Tom's once. I've played XAOCF once, which is held at this venue.
Which was even more of a blazing party tournament than Tom's Tourney, it turned
that
out.
was crazy.
Inclement weather cancelled many games, and we drank more beer than Tom's Tourney ever consumes.
Yep.
It was a vibe.
Beer ran out. that is what happened.
In Belgium.
No more beer in Belgium.
we
That's
drank,
what Frisbee
we drank
achieved.
all of the beer in all of Belgium.
All of Bruges, at least, which is a valiant effort anyway. And that is a perfect put into space. Vogel against Romano, both of them not ready to receive that beauty of a hug.
Oh, I don't know. I think perfection, almost, but not quite. The hang time is what allowed Vogel to really apply the pressure there. Romano had so many stride lengths free of the man that can. I think Vogel is 47 now. It's either 47 or 43, but he looks and moves like he's about 27. Just flip the numbers round and add, well, divide by 4. I don't know, something like that.
That's fine. He is taking a timeout now for his team, and we will also take a short break.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live. And we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
So back after the timeout, he had a bit of a listen in on that huddle from Ultimate Vibration. And Bevogo calling that only timeout of Krakens in that game. Ultimate Vibration, of course. Krakens had already had theirs, and Bogo faking vividly. I'm looking forward to seeing what they cooked up, and that scuba barely hung on by flex. Beschwil. And that is a tipped disc by Vogel, and this goes out the side. Juan Pasco slow to pick that up. Vivogo tapped the disc in, saying, hey, come pick that up, please. You're taking too long. Romano puts it back to Noise. Romano again. Those handlers ever so steady for Krakens, but they have to work it down the field all the way. Noise. With the leading pass, well kept alive. And now Devienne. Noise. Romano up the line. Looks for a continuation deep, does not get one. Goes into the middle instead to Hagemeister. Who and layout underneath. Up a little bit into the middle, Romano. Leading pass into the break side. Krüger with the score for Krakens.
And we go back to the 2-point lead for the folks of Barcelona. So the scoreboard should show
8-5.
8-5 indeed. Krakens in the lead. You just figure it out. We're doing it all re-ra on cam 1. I'm sure Vibration Ultimate All-Stars would
that.
Yeah, they'd love that score to be the score, to be fair.
No, they're not going to be pissed about that. Anyway, that's not how we award scores here. Even though it would be cool to be a bit volatile with how much points count. Stauffer making every one of them offensive possessions count. Tenga over on the break side.
Collision upfield.
I love the talking with the hands a lot, so we understand a little bit what he's saying. He's like, hey, you ran to my back. You tripped on my feet. I'm not responsible for you tripping behind me. Maybe. Into the middle. Over to the first side. Stauffer's going to launch it. We already know it. And there it goes. Floating for a time. Players in pursuit of Leoty.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic.
Definitely.
The rundown, the speed. Just be like, no, Filipovsky, none for you. This is my Frisbee. I'm going to block it.
We're not going to share. No.
No. Gadot says no.
Oh, and an immediate deep shot as well. Very open player, milking it as far as he can, not quite in the end zone. Not liking the pop pass. Flick over to the far side, and a break for Krakens, making it 9-5.
Bit Dolly Parton style. What a way to make a living. Stefan Rapazzo is sat just to the side of us, and we got the slow nod and the single finger raised in the air of, yes, I respect you using my Stephisms.
Yep.
But at the moment, I mean, we expected that Krakens would have a fairly fun time out here on the fields in Tom's Tourney. It's not their first variant. They are a regular attendee. They try and get here every single season. Krakens, of course, being one of the best teams in Spain, second and third place in the last two national competitions.
Good for them. On beach or on grass? Both. Do we have both?
¿Por qué no los dos? It's being organised by Ricardo Arenas. Whereas it's a kind of a indication of a bit of a bygone era, this Vibration All Stars team. I remember back in the early 2010s, late 20 single figures, you had quite a lot of these all-star pickup teams. Remember UTI used to go to Paganello back in the day and the like. I don't see quite as many of them these days.
And that deep shot just on the money, and the nice recovery from the defense. The back salto backwards, and Leanderson from Mbe Vogel for the score.
Yeah, that has a bit of a... I think Garcia should get a participation trophy for trying to do that one off Leanderson. Got very high off of the ground, but when you've got a tall athlete like that who's been doing this for yonks, Stalford just setting that reset, and the ripper. Beautiful execution of a forehand huck. Put that one in slow-mo, watch it on repeat, do what he does.
Ooh, that's nice. He was so ready to mark as well. Didn't know he was in the end zone already.
That's a sign of a great defender, Christina.
Definitely.
Just going and going, never stops until
So
someone says, they've scored. It's been like when you don't know if you're on offense or defense, just catch the Frisbee. that's the best advice.
Nice dropping in pull to Romano. Loads of love on that mark. Oh, he's going every other. Kruger to Hagemeister. And reset to the middle. Small. Slashing through players. And that looked like Kruger just gave up on that a little bit. It'll be a break chance for Ultimate Vibration regardless.
And by Jove, do they need it? Trailing Krakens 9-3.
Oh, nice, and almost back by Romano.
Pit call.
It's a call on the field.
There's a lot of pit calls in this game, Christina.
Yeah, I don't think that everyone's quite sure where to go at times. And Mbe Vogel trying to set up a deep shot, but goes the other way around. Nice inside shot to Klug. Back and around to Benjamin. Klug again.
I love the way Vogel's keep Mbe Vogel. He just keeps running around with his arms open. Like he doesn't need to use his arms to
He's
jog.
like, I'm open.
Yep.
Hit me. But they hit Tenga instead for the score, and that's a break. 9-7 in favor of Krakens. So they were creeping closer ever so slightly. Krakens. Oh, ultimate vibration, of course, closer to Krakens.
And we claim ever closer to the end of this game.
About 10 minutes left in regular time.
See, shorter game slots do work in favour a little bit of the older teams. There's not a Masters division, just to confirm. It's just the Division 2 where things are a little bit more chill. They're enjoying more of the vibes, more of the party. It's less of the competition for those who want to, use this tournament for EUCS rankings points.
And there's going to be another foul called. Get to with a ninja roll caused by Juan Basco.
Oh, ninja time.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not on TikTok, therefore.
It's beyond my years.
No, I'm putting it in there for the older crowd who might be watching for Ultimate Vibration Stars.
And a violation called.
We're getting a bit too excited to move off.
So on that far side, another foul is called, and this game is stopped again, accepted immediately, and we will start play.
The watchability of this match has been impacted significantly by the number of calls being made.
Packing around, and the inside shot goes back to Hagemeister. Noise. Another foul call by Krakens. And the play is stopped again. Discussion on the field. Players stopped. And the disc will stay with Santa Maria.
Gotta love a live stream where the players just sort of lose it a little bit. Get a bit hot-headed, but when you know the rules
and others don't, that's a struggle.
Yep, you can get a bit frustrated sometimes. But it's just miscommunications on the pitch. Not everybody hears the call that's been made, so there is room for confusion because I have not seen that many hand signals. There's been the occasional one. And a spirit timeout being called by Krakens. Well, we'll take a brief break because the teams will have to huddle up individually first if there's a spirit timeout called. And then we'll send Noah in.
To listen in, for you to hear. So our guess is the spirit time was retracted. Krakens get the score, and it's a spicy one. It's a spicy quarterfinal that we picked here.
Spicy is definitely a word you could use. The calls are mounting. And yeah, rare you see a retracted spirit timeout call.
Rarely, indeed. But I hope that players will sort it out or not leave the field in ill moods.
You know what it is, Christina? Clearly, I think these athletes, they heard you at the beginning of the game saying that Division 2 is less competitive and more chill, and they're like, no, Division 2 is just as
We
aggy.
are taking this seriously. We are not.
It's just as brutal. We will backpack twice as much.
You want to know what the nice thing about Ultimate Frisbee is for me sometimes?
Yeah.
Even if there's high competition and everyone wants to win, there's still respectful communication and people are still just sorting things out.
It's part of the mechanism of the game. You can't play Ultimate without it.
Exactly, and that for me is also high competitiveness because it's more than just being an athlete.
Oh, bit of football Frisbee. Accidentally kicking the disc forward.
And the deep shot goes off this one. The first one that does not connect with anyone at all. Seems like Ultimate Vibration not vibing right now. They're going to force backhand. That much I heard. And the player on the field called an injury, shaken up.
Yeah, I think he went directly down on his tailbone, which is always going to smart. Hopefully he will be okay. But I think maybe a slip on the field, Christina?
I didn't actually see it. I looked at the disc and at the very open player screaming that he was open. And he's standing up on his own. I'm glad Romano came in to communicate a little bit and try to sort things out.
Yep.
Everyone's going to stay on the field. And play is going to continue with the disc on the far side.
Stefan Rapasso whispering in our ear. I think he went to go cut and just slipped.
Okay.
That was his view.
And that zipper through hits the ground.
Interesting execution of the deep shot.
They have worked out so well before, all of the deep shots, so I'm not surprised they're trying that again.
Yeah, that one a bit too low and flat though. You need to be shapely with your deep hucks. Shapely. Like Lawrence Stauffer's.
Should write a book on that.
The shapely huck.
Oh, nice inside shot. Vogel now, and he's going to huck it deep to Lee Anderson, who is so wide open. A bit of body contact by the defense, and the foul is going to be called as Lee Anderson has to leave his feet because of that impact.
Yeah, he stumbled quite a few times, so I think they caught cleats together. And a stall out being called on the other end of the throw.
All the calls again.
All of the calls, all of the calls. With 1 minute left on the game clock as of 4, 3, 2, 1, now. So 1 minute to go. Krakens with a commanding lead. Quarterfinals in Division 2.
So we're trying to resolve this accepted foul on the far side, and the disc will probably stay or go to Lee Anderson as the stall out was resolved as not a stall. Disc will stay with Lee Anderson, but because he didn't touch the disc, catch the disc or touch it, he will just get it at the goal line. And everyone else should go back to where they were when the call happened. As will they. They will tap it in there, and as soon as the disc is tapped in the back, both of them will move, and everyone else can move as well. Nice throw around to get more space in, and that's a nice defense Walter Espinay, who wound up on the ground before. He's back with the D. And I do think I'm just hearing the time is over call.
Yes.
Which means that we're going to play this point, add and then add another one to the score, and Tanga is suspiciously standing and talking to his opposition.
Guaranteed a game to either 11 or 12. As Fleetwood Mac ask us to tell them lies, sweet little lies.
It's going to be a game to 15. That's the sweet little lie that I can tell you now. Because it's not.
Do you want it to be a game to 15?
No. I want all the regulations and rules to be handled properly.
It's a very diplomatic answer, Christina.
Thank you. I excel at that. Sometimes. Not too often.
Diplomacy.
Nah. It's not my strong suit. But that's okay. Small. Around them, that's not gonna work out, unfortunately. That's too zippy. Got end zone eyes there.
Yeah, small throw is big. Real big. Large. Too large to be handled.
Stauffer with the safest flick hook I've seen.
'Tis a thing of beauty. Surely a thing of beauty.
Over the side to Mbevogel, and he keeps it in his hands.
Oh, that's
and
gorgeous.
ripping it to Leanderson. We've seen that before, and it doesn't work out again.
Well, hats off to the defensive efforts of Ivan Garcia.
Definitely.
That was really, really good defense. Leanderson had the height, had the advantage, had spaced it really well, but he put that pressure on and went up nice and early. Missed the disc, but put enough in the bid to shake off the man. And Krakens trying to make this a game to 12.
They're on that near sideline now. Back into the middle. And Mbevogel trailing that reset, but not there. It's slipping in pursuit. Garcia to Espinay. Diaz. And back to Garcia again. They're trapped in that near side now. Diaz distributing the discs, getting them back every now and again. Santa Maria. God. And such nice movement. They're really faking out the defense every chance they're getting. But another stoppage on the field. Disc is tapped into play. Open side pass works. And the slashing cut that goes as well through so many zigs and zags. Diaz. Looking end zone. Goes back around though.
Kraken's really struggling to actually space laterally. They're so clustered on that far side, making their job really difficult. Unnecessarily so at points.
Agreed. Those give and goes work out so well at times, but then in other situations, they really don't. Especially when you never get to completely committing to a swing from one side to the other.
Well, quite the defensive stand for old Vibration Old Stars.
Definitely. Now they manage to get the full swing, but they go into the middle immediately, not even giving their receivers a chance. Alvarez. Gets it now and goes. Nice round shot. That has to be a layout, and it goes off. Diaz. Chilled in for a second.
Yeah, it doesn't get off the ground very quickly. Just shows how much he's put into this effort.
And that is so close to the end zone now. Again, back and around. Movement has gotten slower and slower, and that one's perfectly put into space for the receiver to run under it. Inside shot, that works for Krakens. 7-11.
Slurpee time.
Slurpee time, which also means it's a game to 12.
Yes, a game to 12. So the last few moments of this match in the quarterfinals, Open Division 2. Krakens, Barcelona versus Ultimate Vibration Old Stars. The Old Guard, a collection of individuals. So many different teams represented of old. Skogs, Free Speed, Fabulous. It's a whole collection of legends.
All of them.
Playing against some young whippersnappers.
So we've got some interesting games coming up tomorrow as well. We're going to stream a lot of fun games, the semi-finals and finals on all divisions.
Indeed we are.
And probably both open semi-finals after one another, if I'm not reading the schedule wrong.
Who knows? Who knows? Let's focus on this one, to be fair.
We will, as Ultimate Vibrations, have to score this one to stay in contention. And Romano calling calma, which is chill, please. Wants to pick it up himself as the turn goes, and that's an opportunity for Krakens to win on the break. And finds Noise. Hagemeister again. And Noise with time. And that's going to be a beautiful put into space. The score and the game for Krakens over Old Vibration, or Ultimate Vibration Old Stars.
Indeed, this game, after many chippy calls and many boshes, it comes to a close, and it will be the youngsters, the whippersnappers, that will advance to semi-finals tomorrow. Hats off to Ultimate Vibration Old Stars. I think by the end of it, they were trailing their matchups just a touch. And it was those last couple of sections of play where Krakens really just extended out their lead. They did get the break early in the game to have that 5-3 scoreline lead, and it became 8-5, went further and further. We had a near spirit timeout have to happen on a live stream. Haven't seen one of those in quite some time. But, Christina, the dance floor, it's a calling.
All right. Yeah, it's been a long day, and there's going to be another great day full of Ultimate tomorrow. So thank you very much for tuning in today and watching some legends and some soon-to-be legendary players and teams at Tom's Tourney today. And I hope you're ready for the action tomorrow. I know we are.
Well, we will be after we've consumed some local specialities and delicacies. Cheers to all of you. Thank you to both of the teams, and we will see you folks for championship action tomorrow.
Hay que pegarles al equipo por no tratar de ubicar a ese jugador. Sí. ¿Vale? Entonces, no es solo al jugador, es a sus compañeros de no decirle, oye, cálmate un poco o te tiras a casa. ¿Vale? Entonces creo que este tiene que ser el discurso bastante claro. Nada más.
Para nosotros, para mejorar, muchos calls, sellouts. Yo creo que han visto muchos calls en este partido, no sé si es por eso. así, pues simplemente es que estamos así, ya no hay muchos calls, pero también hay que tener un poco de nosotros. Si hay algún call que afecta o no afecta, si le tenemos que dar o no tenemos que hacer al final. ¿Vale? Si ahí ha ido un call out y el disco estaba ahí y estaba dado,
al parecer
no, pero lo
contacto mucho antes y me llamó contacto.
Sí, pero esto ha pasado todo el partido. ¿Vale?
Simplemente ya está, se acabó. El tema espíritu. El tema de juego no voy a decir nada porque ya luego cada uno. Pero solo quiero decir algo.
En resumen, se ha mantenido bien la intensidad de llamado, incluso el llamado se ha hecho buen espíritu, excepto por esa situación.
No situación, todo el partido. Todos los jugadores, todo el tiempo estaban desequilibrados. Entonces creo que...
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.